Welcome guys to my channel Tutorials Hub. This is Amitabh, your teacher. So today we are going to learn about the features and configurations of Tally ERP9. After creating a company with the required information, you can now enable or modify accounting and inventory features and configurations. So let's now talk about features and configurations in details. Features are company specific and configurations are applicable to all the companies in a data directory. The features is divided into some major categories such as accounting features, inventory features, statutory and taxation, Tally.net features. You can press F11 from any screen of Tally.erp9, or you may also click on the F11 features button available in the button bar to enable the required features. The F11 features are specific only to the company currently in use, thereby allowing flexibility of independently enabling different features for each of the company. The company features screen is looks something like this. There are various settings available under accounting features, inventory features, and statutory and taxation features, which facilitates the additional information to be entered during voucher entry. The accounting features consist of configurations, functionalities which generally affects accounting transactions and reports. The accounting features is further subdivided into six sections, namely general, outstanding management, cost or profit center management, invoicing, budgets or scenario management, and other features. This is the accounting feature screen. You can click F11 also to view the accounting feature screen. Enable the required features, press enter to accept. Next is inventory features. The inventory features comprises of configurations functionalities pertaining to inventory transactions and reports. The inventory features is further subdivided into seven sections, namely general, storage and classification, order processing, invoicing, purchase management, sales management, additional inventory vouchers. Here is the screen of inventory feature. Enable the required features, press enter to accept. Next is statutory and taxation. The statutory and taxation features comprises of configurations, functionalities pertaining to statutory compliances available in Tally.erp9. The statutory features are country specific and strictly depends upon the country selected in the company creation screen. It is further divided into some categories, namely GST, value added tax, excise duty, service tax, tax deducted at source, and tax collected at source. Enable the required features, press enter to accept. Now finally the Tally.net features. The Tally.net features screen comprises of registration and remote access of company data on Tally.net. Tally.net features will be available only when the use security control is set to yes in company master. Now move on to configurations. In Tally.erp9, the configurations are provided for accounting, inventory and printing options and are user definable as per your requirements. The configurations are applicable to all the companies residing in that Tally.erp9 data directory. The configuration options vary depending upon the menu display. That is, if you press F12 from voucher entry screen, the respective configuration screen will be displayed. There are numerous settings available under various menus in the configuration screen, which may be configured for any additional information required to be entered during master creations, voucher entry, and printing. The first one is general. You can configure country details, style of names, dates, and numbers in the general configuration screen. Next is numeric symbols. You can configure number styles and symbols used to represent positive numbers, negative numbers, debit amounts, and credit amounts by using numeric symbols. This is displayed on the number styles configuration screen. Next is accounts or inventory info. The fields pertaining to both accounting and inventory info can be configured from this menu. Master configurations. Additional information can be configured by setting the option to yes, which will accordingly appear in the masters. Allow aliases along with names. This configuration helps in identifying an account by another name. Allow language aliases along with names. This configuration helps the user to give an alias in any local language. Accounts master. Under accounts master, allow advanced entries in master. This configuration displays the additional fields in the accounting master, such as group behaves like a subledger. Select to yes. The group behaves like a control account for the ledgers it contains, wherein only the group balance is displayed. This is useful while working on groups like the Sunday debtors and Sunday creditors, where the ledger items are numerous. Net debit or credit balances for reporting. Set to yes. This configuration displays the amount as a net figure instead of separate debit and credit balances as shown in the reports. Use addresses for ledger accounts. This field can be used for giving the address and income tax number of the ledger accounts. Use contact details for ledger accounts. This configuration gives the user an opportunity to fill details like contact person, telephone, fax, email, etc. Add notes for ledger accounts. This field helps the user to add the additional notes for ledger accounts. Inventory masters. Allow advanced entries in masters. This configuration will display additional field in inventory masters. Use part numbers for stock items. You can enter the part number of the item being created for easy identification. You can alternately use this field for the bin card number, code number, etc. Use description for stock items. You can enter the description of the stock item that would appear in your invoices. Use remarks for stock items. This helps to identify the product and its applications. You can give some particulars of the stock item created. This will help you later when you post a query for the stock of this item, while you decide whether the item is suitable for a particular requirement or not. Use alternate units for stock items. This is another unit apart from the main unit which you can use instead of the stock item. This is particularly useful when you need to handle different units at different times. For example, you buy data cables in pieces but sell them in packets of 5 pieces each. For alternate units, you are asked to give a conversion factor so that a link is maintained between the two. You may specify a different factor during voucher entry. Allow standard rates for stock items. Standard rates enables the valuation of an inventory at standard purchase or standard sales prices. Moreover, these prices come up by default during voucher entry. The standards are effective from the specified dates and they continue to be used at these rates until the next date where the standard rate changes. Specify default ledger allocation for invoicing. This configuration allows the user to allocate the ledgers to be used for purchase and sales invoice. Allow component list details. The bill of materials contains a list of items that are required to make up another item. In other words, it is a list of constituent items. Use addresses for godowns. This configuration enables the user to give the address for locations. Now come to voucher entry. Both the accounting and inventory vouchers can be configured from this menu for additional information. Accounting vouchers. Under accounting vouchers, there are some fields which are skip data field in create mode. Set to yes, the tally.erp9 cursor goes directly to the debit or credit field, depending on the voucher type. However, if set to no, the tally.erp9 cursor goes to the date field. It is advantageous to set this option to yes for a faster entry if there are many entries to be made on the same date. Use single entry mode for payment, receipt or contra. This configuration helps in selecting multiple debits or credits depending on the type of entry. Use payment receipt as contra to indicate the transfer of funds from bank to cash, bank to bank and cash to bank. Tally.erp9 provides a voucher type called contra. This configuration is activated while using payment and receipt vouchers for a contra transaction. Use credit debit instead of to buy during entry. This configuration gives the flexibility to use credit or debit or to or buy in vouchers as per the requirement or the understanding of the user. Warn on negative cash balance. This option in Tally.erp9 displays a warning if the cash balance is nil. Pre-allocate bills for payment or receipt. This configuration enables the user to select the bills first before the total amount can be updated in the amount field. This option is extremely useful while check printing. Allow cash accounts in journals. Journals are adjustment entries. However, in many cases, companies require journals to account for day-to-day transactions involving cash or bank accounts. Allow expenses or fixed assets in purchase vouchers. This configuration helps the user to enter the details of purchase of fixed assets in the purchase voucher. Allow income accounts in sale vouchers. This configuration helps the user to allocate the income accounts in the sales voucher. Show inventory details. This configuration, when set to yes, shows the name of the stock item, quantity, rate and value details. Show table of bills details for selection. This configuration displays a table which lists out the references of the pending bills. Show bill-wise details. This configuration enables the user to view the bill-wise details in the voucher. Expand into multiple lines. This configuration displays the due date of repayment based on the credit days given. Show ledger current balances. This configuration displays the current balance of the ledger selected while an entry is made. This is a convenient feature to use since it helps to get the information without referring to the report. Show balances as on voucher date. If it is set to yes, a voucher that is viewed in the alteration mode displays the ledger balances on the voucher screen based on the voucher date. Fields under inventory vouchers are use reference number in stock journal. This configuration provides an additional field called ref in the stock journal where the user can enter the reference number. Warn on negative stock balance. This configuration warns the user in cases where the item selected reaches a negative balance in the invoice mode. Honor expiry dates usage for batches. This configuration hides the batch details that are redundant and have expired. Show balances as on voucher date. This configuration enables the user to view the inventory balances according to the voucher date. Show go down wise details. This configuration enables the user to view go down details. Show batch wise details. This configuration enables the user to view batch details. Invoice or orders entry. The invoice entry and order entry screens can be configured for additional information such as export details, shipping details, etc. Printing. This configuration helps the user to configure the printing screens for the reports and transactions. Data configurations. This configuration helps the user to define location of language files, tally configuration file, export files, data files, and details of the companies to be loaded on startup. TDL configuration. This screen provides details regarding TDL configuration, local TDLs, account TDLs, and remote TDLs enabled for the product. Advanced configuration. This configuration helps the user to specify client or server configuration, connection configuration, and proxy configuration for ODBC connectivity and synchronization of data. Licensing. This configuration helps the user to update, surrender, reset license, and also configure existing license. So that's it for now, guys. See you in my next class, and please subscribe to my channel.